I just want to invest in people that really want to be the best that they can be.
Hello, everyone. It's Todd Scrima and Robyn, LaVassaur, and Jimmie, and we are overjoyed to talk to our realtor teams because, frankly, you support our entire company, and we want to say thank you and give back a little bit. The topic today for realtors is how to obtain one more client from a current client. So you're selling a listing for 500,000. How does that client, how do we entice them, or what is the process or techniques that we can do to get another $500,000 listing from someone that they know, or a coworker, or their boss, or their next door neighbor, those kind of things. So this is a great topic. I kind of fell in love with this idea that if I could do a really good job, and this is as a loan officer, if I could do a really good job for a client, the biggest compliment and the biggest time savings and the biggest money maker would be to get a referral from them. So I'm doing a loan for Jim, and 1 week into the process, Jim calls me and says, "You know what? My sister Robyn needs to buy a house. She's a nurse and she lives down the street, and I was just talking to her last night." Like that would be like the Shangri-La, because I wouldn't have to sell as much. I wouldn't have to buy expensive leads, all of those things. So not to mention that the closing percentage of a referred lead is much, 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 much higher than a cold lead. So, okay, by probably 20 times. So Robyn, how have you seen realtors do that, or how have you seen other salespeople do this in their business to do it on purpose?
Well, I think that you used key words there, right? I really believe that a lot of people think that they are intentional in their business. And I actually think most people do very unintentional business. And what I mean by unintentional is, that you ever met those people that just refer people like crazy? Like, use my person. They're so great. They're in the world considered connectors, but there are not tons of connectors out there. And so because a connector happens once in a while, we get spoiled by that referral, and we think all the other people that we work with are going to instantly know to connect with us. And so one of the things that I would say is the easiest, this is going to sound so simple, and then I'll turn it over to Jimmie's brilliant mind here, is you've got to do the ask. And here's my analogy to this that I constantly am talking about. Todd, if I said to you, "Hey, your hair looks really nice today," what would be your typical response?
Oh, thank you.
That's it, right? Thank you. Now, if you just got done sitting at your hairdresser and she said, "Hey, Todd, I need your help. I got a few spots open that I really need to fill. You're a great client. I would love to work with more people like you. Do you think you could refer me a few people to do their hair?" So I run into you a couple days later. I'm not your hairdresser, obviously. And I say to you, "Hey, Todd, your hair looks nice."
You know what? I got this great gal that does my hair. Let me text you her number. She is awesome. She just told me she needed a couple more clients.
So I don't think that we realize that it's sometimes, and I wouldn't even say sometimes, it's 100% that simple. People like to be programmed, and our brains store information like, my hairdresser asked me for referrals. My hairdresser asked me for help. My hairdresser asked me for help. And we are literally such cool things as human beings. Animals don't do this, right? We are so we're so intricate that we have this ability to store that information, and then it doesn't go away until we provide that help, right? How can I help? How can I help? How can I help? So why don't we program ourselves at a higher level to simply ask? And we think the borrower, the buyer, the seller is going to figure out, "Hey, for sure, I want more referrals." They don't know if you're too busy, if you generally don't list in this other part of town, if you work with first-time homebuyers, if you only do listings or buyers. And so I would say, make sure you ask, and make sure that you are doing intentional business and educating your buyer on what you need back from them, your seller, what you need back from them to create the result that you want. People want to help where help is needed.
So what I think of with that is the Reticular Activator story that I've used for a long time, and I go in and out of using it, right? So people look for okay, that sounds really good, Robyn, but how do I say it, right, without sounding like a sleazy salesperson? So if you have a professional presentation as a realtor, One of the pieces of it needs to be explained, the reticular activator, which is the part of your brain that filters out the noise, the white noise, and gets what's important to you to top of mind. While you're going through selling your house or while you're going through buying a house, you're going to notice everybody in the world talking about real estate. It's going to be more, you're going to be heightened awareness. Two things are going to happen. One thing is it's going to cause you to have questions. You're going to hear something we didn't talk about. You have to promise to call me right then. Call me and ask me about whatever you heard about so I can take care of you. The second thing that's going to happen is you might see an opportunity for me to help them. A friend of yours that needs to be better directed and better taken care of, if you would give me a chance to help them, I would be super honored. So it's going to cause you to get confusion. You got to call me so I can help answer the questions. And you're going to, if you want, you can give me an opportunity to help unconfuse your friends, to help them with what's next in the process for them. That reticular activator is the same thing you're talking about, right? And it's a way of saying it, which is really true. Like, I just bought a Ford truck. I have never had a Ford truck. I've always had GMC trucks. And I've never really noticed Ford trucks. But you know there's a billion Ford trucks on the dang road? Like, there's a lot of Ford trucks. And I have a certain kind of Ford truck called a trimmer that I thought no one else had. There's quite a few of those too, it turns out. Right? Cool. So the second and third process, Todd, are super important. That first one is really good. You sprung it into my head. I forgot. I've stopped telling that stupid story, and it works really well. The second thing is you got to have a system for updating your clients. You got to stop. You got to learn how to eliminate the interruptions in your business day and be more on purpose. So on Mondays, if you're a real estate agent, you should start doing Monday listing updates. Anybody that you have a property listed with, you let them know when you sign them that you're going to call them every Monday and tell them the traffic that happened over the weekend. And talk about if any offers were made, and maybe talk about the dreaded price reduction. Okay, so that they know it's coming, and then you'll be more likely to do it. The second thing is on your current escrows, you call those people on Tuesdays. Your buyers and your sellers, you call on Tuesdays and give them an update about the escrow after you get the update from the lender, so you can tell them what's going on with the loan and calm them down. Now, during that conversation, it needs to come up. The reticular activator story needs to come up. Robyn's story needs to come up. Have you had anybody ask you questions that you need to follow up with me on? Have you seen anybody that you think I can help? Remember where I'm at. I don't do advertising. I get 100% of my business by referral. But if you've updated them and kept them in the loop for 3 weeks in a row, and they're like wowed with your service, it's a lot easier. It just makes it a lot easier. So if you can implement those Monday and Tuesday updates, it will help you to get more business from what you already have. I promise you it works.
Yeah, a couple quick stories. One is I bought I sold a home and bought a home through a realtor. He actually lives, I don't know, 800 yards from me. And I see him at the golf club now all the time. I consider him a friend. He knows what I do, obviously. He has never asked me for a referral, ever. Never even came up, not once. I bought 2 homes, or he helped me twice. I've known him. Shoot, our kids went to kindergarten together. I've known him for years. Never once asked for a referral. So that's one story. Okay. Another story is when I was coaching people a while ago, and I said, hey, we're going to do a leads competition. And they're like, okay. I said, listen, there's 3 people on this particular call. I did it with 4 groups total. So 12 people. And I said, over the next 2 weeks, the person that calls current clients and current realtors I'm coaching lenders. So these were, they do business with realtors. I said, you call every single current client, and you can call every single realtor that you know. And you tell them you're in a leads competition. And you're wondering if you have any leads for them, because if you win a big prize. I said, now your big prize is, just so you know, is whoever gets the most gets $250. I'm going to Venmo you $250. So you really are in a competition. We're not making it up. We're doing a competition. And the person with the most leads from making those phone calls wins. Robyn, guess what? And you know this client. Guess what? The number of leads that this gentleman got, he was the winner by calling current clients and every realtor he knows, telling them they're in a leads competition and he needs somebody that needs to buy or sell a house or do a loan. Guess how many leads he got in 2 weeks? It was a 2-week time frame.
35.
This is no exaggeration. It was Andy Zeman was the client. 92. 92 leads just from telling people he was in a leads competition. So one more story. When the little girl came to my office a month ago, one of my employees' daughters, wearing her cute little brownie outfit, Girl Scout outfit, and she said, "Hi Todd, I'm I'm trying to win this competition to win this button, and I'm selling Girl Scout cookies." I'm like, "How many do you need me to buy? You're in a competition?" She said, "Well, I need to sell about 28 more boxes." I said, "I'll buy all 28."
I did the same thing, I swear.
Do the same thing. You do the same thing. You're walking out of the grocery store. You don't even need Girl Scout cookies. You've got cookies in the basket, and you still buy 5 boxes. People want to help people is my point, but you have to ask. You have to ask. So critical.
I totally agree. It's a secret. If you do that with, like, if you have 3 escrows going, you'll get another. If you did the 3 tactics we just taught you and you had 3 escrows going all the time, you'd get another 6 leads a month. Realtors usually close 1 out of 10. Like 10 leads equals 1 paycheck, but for referred leads, it's about 6 out of 1. I bet you get another escrow a month.
Average commission is about 15 grand right now.
Minimum
So
10.
you're going to make another 90 grand. Is that right?
Now you'll make another 120, probably 70 net.
Yes.
Just
So
from
guys,
just
take
from
this one
doing
to the bank.
updates on
This is
Mondays for listings, updates on Tuesdays for escrows, Reticular Activator story, and have a
Yes.
competition once in a while. That's all you got to do.
Yes.
Yep.
Love it.
Guys, we all like to help each other, right? If Robyn called me and said, "Hey, I had a buddy. This is true story. This just happened. I'm coming back from vacation. My buddy calls me and says, "Hey, my friend's daughter is running for lieutenant governor, and I want you to come to a fundraiser Tuesday night to help support her for me." Now, if you know me, I'm the least political person on the planet. I end up showing up and donating to her party that I don't even know who she is, and sat there for 2 hours drinking wine, talking to her, and she made a little speech, and I actually really enjoyed it. But I did that because he asked me to. That's the last thing I want to do on the planet.
Totally.
So, guys, ask more, ask more, ask more. Tell them you're in a leads competition. You know, Jimmie has this thing. I thought he would tell this, but he would go make copies when the client went, and he'd leave in front of him and say, "Hey, can you fill this out when I'm gone?" And it would be, "I need your help" form. And it was, "I need 2 referrals." And they're sitting there in the office with nothing to do while you're making copies, right?
Yeah,
And
it's a simple form. It doesn't even say anything other than the name and cell phone number. It says, "We need your help," and then it has 3 blank lines: name, cell phone number.
there
Just
you
say,
go.
"Hey, if you know anybody that needs a mortgage right now, put your name and number on there, and I'll make sure to follow up with them when I leave."
You know, I know a realtor that does that trick, Jimmie, and he literally, I won't even call it a trick. He literally will say, "Hey, I'm going to hand you a form so that I can help more great people like you buy and sell homes if I've taken great care of you. And while you're filling it out, I'll get all your details into the system and do an initial house search." And so he'll sit at his computer and start bringing up homes that fit their search, and they've got the form in front of them. He goes, they literally will get out their cell phone, start looking through contacts, like, and he's like, "Take your time. It's okay." Like, and he'll literally just leave them with it. And next thing you know, there'll be referrals on it.
Yep, I swear, 50% of the time I come back, it's blank, but 50% of the time it has at least 1 name on it. So
And
if
it
you just
comes
want
back
a
0 if you never hand it out and never ask.
That's always 0.
Yes. Hey guys, thank you very much.
Awesome.
I hope this helped you. This is a small way for us to give back to the beautiful real estate community that supports us all the time and has for 27 years. Thank you guys. And we need your referrals, so keep them coming. Thanks guys. Thanks Jim. Thanks Robyn. Bye guys.
Bye.